Hello, all. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Good morning. I am going, I'm going to finish setting up. I'm trying to get everything together, and I'm also got to see, shoot. I got to go get my camera stand. I think I need that. I'll be right back. So if you don't see me on the screen for a few minutes, I'll be right back. I made it back. Hi, guys. I had to get a cup of coffee while I was at it. Put on my glasses. I see people on. Good morning. Good morning. Yep. You did. You got here in time. I'm not quite prepared. A lot to get ready for this. Oh, my sleeves are irritating me. But I was like, oh shit, I need my stand because I want to be able to show you guys while we're making the candle. So, I probably don't need to put that right there. Gonna end up moving you guys around a little bit, and I'm hoping I don't make anybody dizzy when I'm doing this. So, life is way better with coffee, though I don't think I need a fourth cup this morning, but why not? Whatever. Hi, honey. Yep, you made it. Yay. I'll give it a couple more minutes. I mean, it is 8:30 on the nose, and yeah, maybe I don't need that fourth cup, but it sounds good because I was just thinking of reaching over and grabbing my coffee. And I almost grabbed my pot of wax to drink that. Oh, shit. It's going to be a busy day here today. So, I'm looking forward to you starting again, too. That is amazing. Well, it's a 4-cupper day for me, and knowing my husband, he'll bring me a coffee later too. That's funny. I think Chris at our coffee shop, she knows. When Brian pulls up, normally when he goes there, it's a decaf because he's already had 2 to 3 cups at the house, and pretty small, pretty strong, like 10 plus, in the little strength category thing. Yeah, it would have been not so good. But anyway, Chris seems to know when he pulls up that he needs actually caffeine and not a decaf. And she knows when I pull up that she'll be like, yep, let's throw a shot in there. I call it espresso and not espresso because, yeah, I feel it gets me bouncing off the walls, and I definitely learned to express myself. My son just left my grandson and said, if you want to bring me a winter edition Red Bull, right? You're all, hey, no problem. If you're in the mood, I'll take it. That's usually me. My husband will be like, hey, I'm going to the coffee shop. And usually my answer is just yes, I don't even let him finish his sentence. He knows. Anywho, okay, I've given it a couple of minutes. While the wax is going, this is I should take my rings off actually because I didn't want to use gloves. If you're using a paraffin wax, you might want to put gloves on. You don't have to though. I'm using beeswax, and I'm using yellow beeswax. It's actually uncolored, so it's more of an unrefined beeswax. Give you a peek at it. Oh, look at that. It's melting so... Oh, it's telling me I can't do that with my phone. Of course not. See, it's melting. I'm using just a hot plate. Mandy's got, you know, the big wax melting cauldron with the spout and everything, but I was like, I'm doing such a small one. Oh, thank you, Jenny. I do. Thank you. Appreciate that. So my wax has melted, and so I'm going to turn that down just so that it stays on warm. And because I'm using just, you know, natural beeswax, I'm going to go ahead and right? It does. It gives a really nice wax. I used to love using feathering wax back in the day when I would make my candles because they'd give a beautiful feathering effect in through the candle. I used to do, God, you're talking 20 years ago. I used to make surprise candles. My kids were really big into, you know, video games. They're still big into D&D and that kind of stuff. And for the local shop, I used to make candles with little pewter figurines inside. So when they melted down, they got a little prize. So I used to make those. It was fun. And then I got out of making wax and let my son give all of my molds and everything to a friend of his who wanted to do it. And then Mandy and I, when we opened the shop, Mandy was already making candles, got back into it, and I've been getting back into it and making my candles, my intention candles, things like that. This is a candle that I make towards the end of the year, every year, to help reset myself for the beginning of the year. And sometimes I make them for friends. And I think I'm going to start making them for the shop also. They're more of an old school. I was taught this a long time ago from my aunt. And then when I met my friend, or my newest friend, honestly, over in Paris, she kind of reiterated bringing back this technique again. And so, yeah, anyway. Gave all your canning jars to my ex-husband's grandma. Oh, I have a ton of canning jars. Eventually, I'll have another garden going. But anyway, I was starting to say, because it's a wake me up inside, you don't have to do a color. It's entirely up to you. Sometimes you're going to see the color, sometimes you're not. But I'm going to add a little bit of a lemon color to the wax. Why? Why not? We're going to make it brighter. I'm trying to wake me up inside, right? So let's make this candle nice and bright. I'm sorry, I'm reading. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. So, okay, our wax is good to go. I'm going to, it's literally simple. It's old world. It's fun to do. First thing I want to do is go over the ingredients that go into my candle and why. Why did I choose these, right? So, there's so many herbs out there. We know this. But I chose these herbs for these reasons. Sage. Sage is all about cleansing negative energies, and it's often used in smudging rituals. It's kind of like a fresh start for your soul. So that's why I chose sage. Lavender, it's known for calming and soothing qualities. And it can help to open your mind to new awakenings. You did make it. We only went over sage, haven't gone over much yet. Well, sage and rosemary. The reason I chose Palo Santo, good morning, dear. The reason I chose Palo Santo is because it's great for purifying and uplifting the energies around you. It's like, oh, I didn't do rosemary. Sorry, see, I'm jumping around. It's like a refreshing spiritual reboot. That would be for the Palo Santo. Rosemary. Okay, rosemary enhances memory and mental clarity. I use it all the time for that. It really helpful. The choices smell amazing. It really does. It smells really good, all put together. Rosemary, of course, in my notes, it says it smells beautiful. We're on the same page here, girl. Which makes it a great choice for your mindful practice. Mint. Mint brings clarity and focus. It also helps to wake up the senses. We wake up our senses, we wake up our soul. That's the way I feel it is. Mint also helps to stay present during spiritual practice. Plus, it's super invigorating. So that's why I chose mint. Cedar, the next ingredient. It's often used in protection and purification rituals. It's that spiritual bodyguard that keeps those negative energies at bay. And then frankincense. I'm using a frankincense oil. Sometimes I'll do resin, but that's if I've had time to grind it down pretty fine. I did not. I've only got some big chunks and I have oil on hand. So I use frankincense oil. Very earthy aroma. So with that earthy aroma, it helps to keep you grounded while taking your spiritual practice to another level. Logging all of these, yeah. And then lemon balm. I could not find my lemon balm herb, probably because we might have sold the last of it and I wasn't paying attention. So I have an oil instead. Thank God I have little backups. Anyway, so normally I like to use the herb for lemon balm. I don't have that today, so I'm using oil. Anyway, it aids in calming the mind. Typo monster. Lemon balm aids in calming the mind, and it's perfect. It's a beautiful, great scent for stress relief, and especially during meditation. So this wake me up inside, speaking of meditation, is where I'm going with this. This, for me, this wake me up inside candle. When I do light it, I light it along with when I'm going to do a meditation session. The backups are there for a reason. And sometimes it's because it's the better choice. We just didn't realize it, right? So, okay. That being said, this is a great meditation candle. You don't have to meditate. You can light it while you're taking a bath. You could light it while you're just chilling and listening to music and regrounding yourself. Take advantage of that frankincense sense to help you reground. You could do this candle any time of year, any moon phase. It does not matter. You feel you need to you feel you're stuck, you feel you're stagnant, you feel you're, in this case, preparing for the new year to come. Right? Exactly. This is a great candle. It's a beautiful candle to do. And it smells amazing. You know, you don't have to burn the whole thing. Shit, I forgot the wick. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm not used to doing my lives this early. I mean, usually, and I don't do a lot of lives where I have a lot of prep. Oh, thank you. I do love this herb shelf, and because we like how we have it set up at the shop. My kitchen's pretty much the same, or it's getting there. I've been redoing my kitchen. And Mandy's going to be moving to her new house at the beginning of the year, and she's already letting her dad know before she moves in she wants lots of shelves so she can have lots of herb drawers. I'm like, atta girl, get dad on it. Anywho, okay. Again, I apologize for that. I don't do a lot of prep lives. The last few that I've done at home, and pretty much everything's like right there in one drawer. Whereas here, it's all the way in the back of the shop. I got to run and go get it. All right. Now, where's my little scooper? Get my little scooper. And I'm going to set the phone, so I'm going to give it a move. I know, right? She knows how to get dad to do it. Sorry, I'm trying to not show. I'm working on 2 new paintings. Ha ha. Let's see if I could get this. Come on, baby. Get. Okay, you're gonna be a bugger. Let's move a couple of these jars so I can move that back. Oh, don't do that. Maybe if I come down? No, I didn't do that one. I'm sorry, you guys. I am not as prepared as I thought I would be. Come on. Dude, thank you. Thank you, Renette. Okay, let's see here. I gotta... There we go. There we go. Yeah, I got back into painting again, and I'm loving it. So, okay. So, for this portion, I use an old cake cutter / server. I like vintage things, and besides that, this one, I can bend a little bit for my mixing. Listening while sweeping. Hey, multitask, atta girl. All right, so, sage. Now these are some big chunks of sage. So, we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna open them up. Remember back in the while back when Crystal was doing her lives and we were talking about opening the essence? Yeah. We're gonna open the essence. God, that smells so amazing. I'm gonna add a little bit more because I think I'm gonna end up making 2 small candles. So let's crumble them suckers up. Open up that incense. And you know what? If you end up with big sticks in here, don't worry about it. It's okay. Well, those ones I'm going to get rid of, but I've got some other big chunks, and that's okay. There's one. All right. I'm going to kind of scoot these over. Now, lavender. Use our little scoop. And it doesn't matter. You put however much you want in this. Okay? I don't, we know this. I don't do measurements. I eyeball it. I got a nice little pile going. That's good. I'm not making 2 giant candles, so it does smell amazing. I only have 2 herbs out and I'm already drooling, as they say. All right, rosemary. Now, the rosemary, I mean, we know how rosemary comes out. They're a little big. They do. They add a great crackle. But for the rosemary, I kind of want to break it down a little bit more and open it up. Open up that essence, right? So we're going to rub it between our palms. If I get big chunks, I'm not worried about it, but I'm going to break them down a little bit more. Open up that essence. And rosemary is pretty strong, so we don't need to use that much. If you guys can't see this, for any reason, if it's not, please tell me. I'll see if I can make a better adjustment. Holy cow, 3 in the morning, Jody. What the what? Girl. All right, mint. Oh. I'm gonna start waking up my soul before I even get this candle made. And I like to add a good amount of mint. This is one of the biggest, for me, the biggest ingredients. I love the smell of mint. I love the way it wakes me up. I love the way it gets me motivated and moving. So that's what I'm adding. Quite a bit on there. Like I said, no measurements. All right. Cedar. Let's get some of that cedar in there. We're gonna just dump this in our hand because it is, see if I can, big cedar pieces. Again, let's open up that essence. Break them up. And this one's a little bit harder to break up. There they go. And now I got cedar stuck all in my fingers. I love cedar. It smells amazing. It's a beautiful scent. Okay. Now that we've got all that together, now let's see. Let's get our lemon balm on there. Oil. And I don't have, ooh, I've got a little bit in here. Now the reason we're still in a big pile, and just do it till it feels good. With a mortar, absolutely you can. Of course. I just decided not to this time. Aromatherapy, yes. They do. They smell awesome. All right, now the frankincense, and I just pour till, till I feel good. I really want to, I'm going to add quite a bit more frankincense than I did the lemon balm because I want that grounding. Oh, shoot. Palo Santo does not want to open. There it goes. Oh, it's because it's a new bottle. Let's get that Palo Santo in there. My God, that smells so good. I think I need to add a little bit more lemon balm. And the reason we're still in a big pile, we haven't done anything else yet, is because we gotta mix this together. Okay, now this is where I'm gonna grab my trusty little guy, and I'm just going to mix my herbs. and my oils. We want them to all get in there together. You can pour the oils into your pot of wax that's melting. You can pour your oils directly into there if you want. And normally that's something that I do, but I didn't do it this time because after the live, I have to open up the shop. And then normally on a Saturday, we're only open 10 to 2, but today we're open until 7 p.m. because we have a town event going on that's taking over all of Minor Street, and my necklaces are all jacked up. So anyway, and Mandy's going to be coming in and making a candle, and I just didn't think I'd have time to get the thing cleaned out, so only wax today. Anyway, give that a good mix, and then I want you to create, I don't know, like a crater, a well, something like that, because we kind of got to have walls so that we don't lose our wax when we pour it. Because we're going to pour our wax right into the middle of this. Okay? So we're going to... Oh, I'm dropping stuff. Watch my mouth. Still dropping stuff. We're, you know, like for... mashed potatoes, we're creating a nice little, a nice little crater, nice little well. All right, we're gonna turn our burner off because we don't need that anymore. And we have our wax, and that's the color I gave it. All I did was add lemon color to my already yellow wax. All right, I'm gonna try to move the board a little bit more because I can't move the stand. There we go. I hope that's better. Okay, now we're gonna pour the wax, and you don't have to pour a whole ton of wax. Look at that, it's cooking. I love it. Let's get that wax in there as much as we can. Let it just keep filling up. We're letting it soak. Everything that we can. Keep pouring. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, this is some hot wax. It's making everything bubble, but it's going to be such a beautiful candle. What we're trying to do is we're trying to soak as much as we can, and now I'm going to start losing stuff. Whoops, there it goes. Come on, baby, stay with me. Now we're gonna start spreading and mixing and let it, see how we've got all this. We wanna keep going. But pick up any wax that you've got on the side, get it in there. It takes a little bit of time to get cured out. This part actually takes the longest for the whole life. So we've got all of those herbs beautifully soaked. Now we're just trying to help the wax start to cool. I should have turned the fan on, but I didn't. Let's get that off of there. Oh, that's hot. Another reason I like using this tool. Because I want to get all that wax in there. Get as much as I can. We're going to pour more wax in a moment. I just want this to start melding. If I don't look up and see your comments, I apologize. I'm just trying to not lose any of this, and I'm trying to get it all in. It takes a little bit of work, but it comes out amazing. Okay. I think I want to rub my hands. I did. Christy, I'm using unrefined, unbleached beeswax. That's what I'm using. And so, yes, who commented that? Alexa. It does smell amazing because you can smell the beeswax in there, especially when it's been unprocessed. Still have a little bit of wet matte wax down in there. All right, now we're gonna make a well again. So we don't wanna lose any of the wax. I mean, I actually had to go get a new board because I had one that had been worked so much, it was almost like a bowl in the middle. And I can't find it. I probably packed it when, you know, leave it to me. Let's pack it away where we can't find a shit. I will. I'll find it again, or I'll just get the sander out and create a bowl here. Oh, I'm losing some already. All right, back to working it again. Woohoo! Get up there. I'm gonna blow on it a little bit. And I'm not doing this in a mold. That's part of the reason why we're doing a lot of this right now. Let's get that wax off of there. It does make a mess, but as you're moving along and everything, it's not so hard to clean up. My hands are going to be so soft after this. Okay, let's get some of this cleaned up. And the good thing is it's actually going to be pliable, so. Now, one thing that I do want to say is the mess, yes, that is half the fun. Being able to be messy and creative, oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's get those pieces over there. Ooh, I got a nice little ring going. I'm gonna switch hands here. Come on. There we go. Anyway, I kind of lost track of what I was starting to say. Okay, so this is a candle that you might want to make a day or two ahead of time. Reason being is because it still has to cure. The wax still has to have time to cure. It's nice to have it cure for a full day minimum. If you can have it cure for 2 days, even better. Because otherwise, when you're burning this candle or any candles like these, they're not going to last very long. You know, probably. I don't see why a silicone mat wouldn't be helpful. All right, I need just a little bit more wax. You can see how it's getting pretty waxy and pretty, yeah, you guys can see that. I made way more wax than I needed, but that's okay. We're gonna add just a little bit more. And then we're gonna, whoops, play with it. Oh, Mandy's gonna kill me. I got wax all over her burner. She's gonna kill me. And then we're gonna mold. Let's just get this to start cooling. Use the hot wax to our advantage. I mean, I do apologize that a lot of this live is just watching me play with wax. But I think it's part of the fun. At least for me it is. Trying to keep looking up. More is always better, yes. And it's not, no lie, this is fun to make. It's, I don't know, it's all part of the process. It's like when you're preparing for a certain spell, and if it's, you know, a feel-good spell, you know, sometimes the best work is getting ready for the work, right? The prep. Okay, we're getting to where we've got a nice big mess going on. I'm not sure if I'm going to get 1 or 2 candles out of this. Let's divide it. Be pretty small. They're not going to be that big. All right, so now, ooh, that is still pretty hot. It's all right, now we're gonna pick it up. That's some hot shit right there. Then we're gonna start molding it. Then we're gonna take one of our wicks and I'm gonna lay it inside, just on the one side. Come on, baby, get on there. And then I'm gonna fold the candle. I wanna give this a good base, so. And you kinda gotta scrunch this guy together to really make him, because these herbs, are trying to make the wax come apart. Come on, I want a flat base. There's one. Now let's do the other one. This second one's gonna be a little bit bigger. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll add those pieces to the other one, the smaller one. So we got a lot of herbs still in the middle here. That's all right. Let's just scrunch it and make a ball, and oh, that's hot. Oh, fudgesicles. Yeah. If you don't like working with hot things, you might not want to do this candle. Or definitely wear gloves. Gloves will help with the heat. But we had to set it down for a minute because it's just hot. But here's obviously another way to get your mold so you don't burn your hands. Okay, we've made a nice little rounded circle. We're gonna take our wick. We're gonna shove it on there. And then, well, I can't, this one doesn't wanna, it's cooled down enough now. And then we're gonna start wrapping the mold around the wick. Get in there. Come on, you turkey. I'm gonna fold the bottom up on, there we go, because this one wasn't cooperating. Give it a base. And if you are so inclined or crafty or whatever, you can make this candle into any shape you want. You want to make a heart, make a freaking heart. You want to make a person, make a person. You want to make a triangle, make a triangle. It doesn't matter. Do what you can with your heart's desire. You know, kind of the cool thing is it's pliable for a little while, and you really can mold it. Like this bit that I put off to the side, I'm gonna get stuff off of this here. It's actually still very pliable. So I'm gonna add it to this one. They just to kind of help make it a little bit more. Though, okay, gave my candles a base. I have a huge mess. They're not exactly the same, but to be honest with you, I don't care. And there's my candles. I'll lay them down so you can see them a little bit better. There's my candles. I'm going to let them sit for like 2 days. I'm going to try to rub the wax off as much as I can. Doesn't matter where it falls. Anything that's loose is fine. As always, make sure that you, make sure that you burn candles, incense, especially candles with this many herbs, because when they're gonna burn, they're gonna burn, okay? Make sure that you use a fire-safe space in a fire-safe container, okay? Because when these girls burn, they burn. Now, something else that I could let you, know that I do every now and then, if I feel that I need to add a little bit of extra oomph, or I'm just feeling it, maybe I want to add a little bit of self-love to it, then I'll even take small chip crystals and just kind of push them into the candle, 2, 3, whatever you feel like. I'm not against adding crystals to candles, is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I feel like I need to, sometimes I don't. But while they're at this stage and you've got them ready and everything, it's a good time to go ahead and push those herbs into there because they're still warm, and so they'll cure, with the crystals inside. So, but chips are perfectly fine to use. My aunt used to stick a larger stone on the bottom, so it was its base, when she felt she needed to do that. So that's a good time to do that also, Anywho, all right. Well, I'll move the phone. I might have to take you guys with me to wash my hands for a second, because actually, I'll be right back. I'm going to just go wash my hands. Where'd you guys go? Hi. I'm actually thankful that nobody's in here with me, seeing me running back and forth from one end of the shop to the next, because I keep forgetting something, or I need to wash my hands, or whatever, you know. All right, so that is my candle. And I did this a little earlier than I normally do, because, let me get back down to the bottom of these comments. Well, because normally I'm cutting it pretty close on time to get the shop open. And now I have plenty of time. So, if we have any questions or anything like that, I have lots of time to answer them. Yay! Yeah. And I'm hoping that many of the questions come through. These are so fun to make. I'm gonna be honest, you guys. They're just fun. I mean, do you remember doing this kind of stuff as a kid and mixing mud and making something? It's like that again. It brings, and I think that's why I was taught this, is because it brings back that childhood. But no one is peeping in the window. That's because it's only 9:15 and I don't open until 10. Come 9:45, they're going to be peeping in the window. Saturdays, I'm glad I decided to start opening on Saturdays again. I think I'll use 2 putty knives. Oh, the hell didn't I think of that? Damn it. That's a great idea, Ronette. Absolutely. Yep. Definitely try it out. Do you think it would work to press into absolutely. Of course it will. You want to do it in a silicone mold, do it in a mold. You want to, you can, absolutely. Let's see. Any other suggestions? What I can try? Candle. What do you mean? I make all kinds of different candles. I can show you some of our molds of our candles that we make. This is going to be a new one for the shop. I've always done this one more for just personally, for me or for other people. But I think this is going to become a staple for here. Oh, thank you for joining the live. I do appreciate it. Where's my coffee? Alexa, if you can maybe clarify your question for me, I might be able to help answer that. All right. We're not finished yet. Get to see my face up close. Don't know if you want that. Let's see. We don't have a lot of molds, but we have some, and these are definitely fun. So there's one. That would be a fun one to do for your Wake Me Up. There's 2 more that we do. I would do this one as a mold for this candle. I would do that. And then, of course, you've got your containers. You could do a candle right inside one of these. Why not? Then you don't have to actually ply it or mess with it too much. You know what I mean? So yeah, I see no reason why you couldn't use a mold. Absolutely. That's the best thing about this path. You do what feels good to you, right? In my bath, I make inside a large shell. Yeah, I've done them in a large shell too. But we had more requests for a larger cauldron, so that's why we started making those. Or unless you mean for like your bath. From what you could see, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. We're hoping to be able to do some more, do another live shopping soon. We've only done two, but at the old location. We haven't done a live shopping at this location yet. Mandy was hoping that we could try to do one this weekend. I told her that really wasn't a lot of notice. I'm not sure. But then I've only got like 3 days before I go out of town for a week to get everybody's orders packed. So I am more thinking of doing it after Christmas. We'll see. You want in on that? All right. Okay, I'm trying to get back on Alexa's. Let's see here. All right, my mind skipped for a sec. I meant methods that could be fun to make. Yeah, it is a tight schedule. Let's see. Alexa, there's so many different methods out there. I do like when I'm making multiple candles, I like pouring into the molds because they're just quick and easy, but you definitely have to give them the right time to cure. And that's usually 2 to 3 days. Otherwise, they're just going to crumble when you take them out of the mold, you know. I like doing hand molds. Depending on how many I'm doing, like if I'm doing a bunch of them, I'll definitely wear gloves. 1, it's not so hot on my hands. 2, I don't have to stop and rinse or wash. Trying to imagine what it'll be. What painting are you talking about, Christy? I have 3. I have 1 that I have to fix, and then I've got 2 other. All right, let me just go. Okay. Oops. Okay. That one I need to fix because I messed up right here. But that's 1. I think that's the one you kept seeing over my shoulder. And this one I'm working on right now. And I'm working on this one too, along with the other one. So they'll tell me what they want to be. I kind of have an idea. So yeah, got a nice little witch up top there. Okay, gotta turn that around. So anyway, those are my 3 that I'm working on right now. The one with the face, the big face for the cliff, I have to fix that one. And then the other 2, I started, I don't know, 2 days ago. Yeah, today would be day 3. But I'm kind of working on them at the same time. Soy wax melting, I think, would soy be easier to work with your hands? Yeah, absolutely it would be. Absolutely. Parafin also has a lower melting rate. I could have let this melt down slower, but I chose not to. I have a really bad habit of just turn it on high, you know, and because of that, I have burned wax before because I crank up the temperature and turn it on high. So you can, even with your beeswax, if you give yourself a little bit more time, which I did not, you could actually turn it on low and let it melt slower, even not all the way through. And while you're molding it, it will continue to melt the rest of the wax. So it's entirely up to you. I did make mine get too hot. Like it's actually still completely melted. I know I got it too hot, but that's my own fault. Anywho. Any other questions? I'm probably going to end up with another cup of coffee before I open up. just so yummy. Maybe I should switch to tea. No, I don't know. Whatever. All right, well, I guess if we don't have any other questions, I'm going to get stuff put away and get ready to open up and hope that I get a bunch of people coming in today. If they're going to come in, today's the day that they need to do it. You're very welcome. What coffee am I drinking? So I have a friend who gets the big bags of the Dutch Brothers beans. So that's, and they're strong coffee. I love Dutch Brothers. I'm not a big fan of Starbucks. So anyway, she always brings by a big bag of the beans, and I grind them down and make them in my coffee. Yeah. I'm glad you're drinking tea, because I'm not, and I probably should be. It's the best. I like Dutch Brothers, and I like their strong. So this is a number 12 strength Dutch Brothers coffee. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm working on it. I gotta keep my vibrations high. Otherwise I go into a bad state of mind, and I don't like that. Anywho. On that note, I want to wish everybody an absolutely amazing Saturday. Jody, thank you also for joining us all the way freaking from Australia at 3 o'clock in the morning. You crazy cat, you. I wouldn't be able to do that. Trying to open comments. Girl, you're nuts. I love you. Anyway, I love every one of you. I hope you have an amazing Saturday. I probably will not see anybody at Yule or Christmas. So I'm going to wish all of you a very Merry Yule and a Merry Christmas also. Borderline annoyed even when I'm... We got to work on that. Good. Okay, there you go. Everybody, thank you so much for joining my live. And I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you. Many blessings. Mwah.